Welcome to TutorTube, where the Learning Center's lead tutors help you understand challenging course concepts with easy-to-understand videos. My name is Darren Chern, lead tutor for music theory. In today's video, we will explore applied chords. Let's get started. Applied chords are types of non-diatonic chords that are created by relating themselves to the chord that follows. Similar to modulation, applied chords will temporarily adopt the key signature of the following chord. For example, an applied chord followed by a G chord would base the notes of its chord on the key of G, no matter what the original key signature was for the progression. There are two types of applied chords, secondary dominants and secondary leading tones. Let's look at some specific examples of these applied chords. Secondary dominants are applied chords that create a dominant or major-minor seventh chord. A dominant chord is built by a major triad and a minor seventh. It can also be seen as a major triad with a minor third stacked on top. In terms of secondary dominants, the succession of intervals will be created using notes that do not exist in the original key. Let's look at an example. If we are in the key of G major, there is one sharp, F sharp. The dominant, or 5/7 of G major, would be D, F sharp, A, C. This chord that we have built is B, D sharp, F sharp, A. Normally, a B chord in a major key would be a minor 3. The question is how we got a dominant seventh in this key. The answer is by relating it to a different key. The chord following our B7 is E, G, B. This minor 3 acts as the reference for the dominant before it. Using the key signature of E harmonic minor, or E major because there is no difference, we would now include a D sharp, even though the key of G major uses a D natural. By temporarily adopting the key of E, a B dominant seventh is formed. It is important to note that secondary dominants can also be seen in inversions and resolved to the following key as 5/7 to 1. Secondary dominants can be seen in root position 7, first inversion 6/5, second inversion 4/3, and third inversion 4/2. All of these inversions require a resolution to the one in the proper manner. Let's look at an example of how we do that. This example shows how a secondary dominant chord works in the context of a progression. As you can see, our original key is C. This key signature has no sharps or flats. Our color chord that is not diatonic to the key possesses the non-harmonic tones of D sharp and F sharp. The secondary dominant is the 5/7 of the key of E, not C. As you can see, our leading tone of D sharp resolves up to E, and our chordal seventh resolves down by step to G. The rules for resolving seventh chords are that leading tones always resolve up by step, and the seventh of the chord always resolves down by step. These two rules are appropriately shown in the progression. Now on to secondary leading tones. Secondary leading tones are formed similarly to secondary dominants. The chord will still be formed using the following chord, but instead of forming a major-minor chord, you will form either a diminished or half-diminished chord. A half-diminished chord is formed with a diminished triad and a minor seventh, and a fully diminished chord is formed with a fully diminished triad and a diminished seventh. Again, using the key of G, our normal 7 diminished would be F sharp, A, C. Now we are going to build the secondary leading tone using the notes that are harmonic to a different key. If we use E again, the 7 chord would be built on D sharp. Our half diminished chord would be D sharp, F sharp, A, C sharp. This includes our diminished triad and minor seventh. Our fully diminished would be D sharp, F sharp, A, C, with a diminished triad and a diminished seventh. These chords also exist in inversions. This next example contains our secondary leading tones in the key of C. The first progression shows a fully diminished 7 of 2. The 2 of C is D. The diminished 7 is built using the leading tone of D, which is C sharp. A fully diminished 7 built on C sharp is C sharp, E, G, B flat. The second progression is also in C, but our secondary key is now F. The leading tone of F is E, which creates a fully diminished 7 that is E, G, B flat, D flat, or in this example, C sharp. Yet again, the 7th chords are resolved following our rules. Thank you for watching TutorTube. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to our channel for more exciting videos. Check out the links in the description below for more information about the Learning Center and follow us on social media. See you next time.